Brought to you by...
Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of What's My Line Zoom edition, brought to you by False Positive. That's our podcast. You can hear it on, usually we post it on Tuesdays. You can get it on anywhere you find your podcast. But for now, we're going to play a game. We've got three great contestants and three great panelists. Booth Squee kind of canceled on us. And I believe there is our contestant here. There she is.
There's Liz.
My bad.
Gay LaRoe. Hi, Gay.
Hello, Dana. Hello, panelists.
In your East Village apartment.
Yes, I'm here.
I myself am in North Carolina.
Woo!
Lots of Trump people, and it's a swing state. Tom Tillis getting voted out. Our second panelist tonight, Liz Jackson. Hi, Liz.
Hello. Hello.
Good dear.
Hello.
Liz has been working her little tail off.
Yes.
You didn't know? We'll if you tune in on our podcast, we'll tell you all about it. And last but not least, Blair Naylor joining us from Austin, Texas. Hi, Blair.
Hello, fellow Southerner.
Hi there, lady. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Oh, Lord.
I'll tell you what,
Today
none
we are
of us are wearing turtlenecks under their t-shirts.
Well, I'm wearing a buff.
I know you are, but it looks like you're wearing a turtleneck.
I know, but I'm a surfer now because I'm cool. So, yeah. And, yeah, that's why I look like this, because I'm cool now, and I don't care. So we're joined by our producer tonight, Dan Lobel. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Listen, we're going to start right away. We've had our contestants waiting in the waiting room for a little while, so we want to get right to it. We have three great contestants who are brought to us through our website. If you want to be a contestant or know somebody you think would like to be a contestant on What's My Line, please hit us up on our Twitter page or our False Positive Facebook page, or you can hit me up on my own Facebook page at Dana Discordia. So, without further ado, let's have the first contestant come in and sign in, please.
Scott.
Scotty.
Scott.
Scott.
All right, everybody. So we have Scott, who is our first contestant tonight. Scott comes from New Jersey. Scott is salaried, and he deals in a service. Without further ado, we are going to start the questioning with Gay LaRoe.
Hello, Scott.
Hello there. Hello there.
Scott, let me just get my drink as I am Dorothy Kilgallen.
She was on pills, sweetie. Yeah.
I did those before, Scott. So, Scott, do you wear a uniform when you perform your service?
I do not.
No, that's one down and
No.
9 to go. Blair Naylor.
Good evening, Scott.
Hello there.
Great, Scott. Does your service, is it a one-time service? Like once you perform it, it's done, or is it kind of an ongoing service?
Yes or no question only, Blair. So pick one.
God damn it. It's a one-time service. I give the other option so he knows what I mean. Go.
I would lean towards no on that.
It is not a one-time service. He does it more than once. 2 down, 8 to go. Liz Jackson.
Hello, Scott.
How we doing?
Scotty. How are you doing, Scotty? All right. So, this service that you perform, has it been affected by the pandemic at all? Like,
Very much yes.
Yep. Here you go, Liz.
so, before the pandemic happened, did you have to travel to and from an office?
No.
No, but I'm going to give you a qualified yes, because if you left out office, he would still have to travel back and forth to this job.
Okay.
So an office, without saying it's an office per se, but yes, he would have to travel to and from and come back. So continue. I'll give you a qualified yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Dana.
Be nice.
Well, you're being nice because you're down in the Carolinas and it's Southern hospitality. So.
Southern hospitality.
Yes, that's why you're being so nice to me. And you know I've had a rough week. Okay, so Scott, this job that you do have to commute to, would you be considered a manager role, meaning that you work on a team and you manage people?
No.
No. 3 down, 7 to go. 3 down, 7 to go. My brother just came in. You have to say hi to my brother.
Hi, brother.
Brother. Hi, Bobby.
Gay LaRoe, 3 down, 7 to go. Continue.
Scott.
Yes.
Oh, let me think. You live in Jersey. It's a service. It could happen more than one time. Do you work outdoors?
Yes.
Do you do lawn work?
No.
Okay.
Nope. 4 down and 6 to go.
Is
Okay.
service you
You're the
perform
Bulldogs.
at a house? You go
No.
to someone's home to perform?
What was your question, Blair? I'm sorry.
If he goes to a house to perform the service, like
No, 5 down, 5 to go. Liz Jackson.
Okay, so you work outside, and it has nothing to do with lawns, and you're not going to someone's house. Okay. With this service that you provide, do you, even though it's a salaried position, do you pretty much work with the same people on a day-to-day basis?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. Working outside. Oh shoot. Is this position a considered a public sector job, meaning a government job, like, not saying you are, but like a police officer or a firefighter or something like that?
No, it isn't.
Nope. 6 down, 4 to go.
It's getting tense here.
We don't fool around.
No.
6 down, 4 to go. Gay LaRoe.
Does this have anything to do with law enforcement?
It does not.
All right. I know you just asked
7
that.
down, 3 to go. No law enforcement.
throw that one away, Gay.
Yeah.
Is this
Well, Liz ruled out police. Gay ruled out private Gestapo.
Yeah.
I mean, we are.
We had to get it out
Yes.
Forget Blair.
of there.
7 down, 3 to go still. Blair.
is this a B2B service, like business to business?
It is not.
No.
Here.
8 down, 2 to go. Doesn't always work for you, Blair. Doesn't always work for you.
Look, I was hoping for a little bit more time so I could figure out another
I know,
question.
right?
Yeah.
This is going way too
8
fast.
down, 2 to go.
It's going fast.
Okay,
You aren't even
so
close. I don't
Huh?
think. I don't think
What?
you guys are even close. But keep
me
going.
either.
You never know, Liz. You're the one. You could be the savior.
You could decipher it.
Okay, so this service that you perform outside, and we've already established that you're salaried, and it's a private sector job, and you're not a manager. Okay. Does it have to do? Would this be considered a blue collar job, meaning you're working with your hands a lot? Would it be considered a blue collar job?
Would lean, you want? We can clarify this, but I would lean towards no.
Dan, what do you think?
What he does specifically is not blue collar.
Yeah, I don't think you'd call it blue collar. I think you'd have to call it tend toward the other one. 9 down, 1 to go.
I mean, I think I know what it is, but I don't, I think I know.
Do you work in retail?
No.
Yes, an outdoor store.
Can
He
do a Hail
lives in
Mary?
Jersey. He could live in Asbury Park, and he could run a freaking thing at the beach.
Okay, even though I won't win, can I just take a guess? I know it won't count.
Yes.
Are you a surveyor?
No.
Okay.
All right. So without
I look at things, but
wait, Blair, what did you say?
Are you an engineer of some kind?
no.
Outdoor engineer? No.
Yeah, you can be out there.
An engineer of some kind, not outdoor
All right.
engineer.
Well, without further ado, Scott, why don't you tell the panel what you do for a living?
Okay. I cover college football and the short-lived XFL on the Game Plus network for a show called Football Game Plan, and also when the XFL was around, XFL Game Day. So in my case, I would go to various sporting events. I'd go to MetLife Stadium. I'd go to Lehigh, Lafayette, places like that, and cover sports from the press box. Go to the locker room, talk to the players, talk to the coaching staff, create an entire report, and just build something for the show.
So
he
Fabulous.
wait
Yeah.
a minute,
is
Mr.
a
Scott.
sport
I
commentator.
noticed, right, Mr. Scott. I noticed that after you told us what your line was, your sports commentator voice came out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I
noticed that
heard
too.
that.
I noticed that too.
Right, you noticed that, right?
Love it.
When he was telling us, it was like, oh, there it is.
Well,
There it is.
Scott, the panel did not guess your line. So, Dan, what did Scott win?
Okay, so I've been in quarantine. You know, we have all been in quarantine. I think we're going on 3 months. I've ordered a lot of Chinese food. I have so many these little bags of Chinese chow mein noodles.
Noodles.
So I need something
You
to
want
do
a
with them.
package
So
of chow
Scott,
mein
you have won
noodles.
this.
Yay!
I'm happy to get this to you
Scott.
now. And
Scott,
we're so
Thoughts.
Scott, we welcome you to come back as a panelist someday.
Yes.
If
I'd
you'd
be
like
open
to.
to it. Definitely would. Like I told you, I was a fan of the show. My father is baby boomer personified, so it was black
Love
and
it.
white. I grew up on that. That's why Arlene Francis, John Daly,
Alan,
Dorothy Kilgallen, even Betty White for a few episodes.
Bennett Cerf.
And even now, I think on like Buzzer or one of those channels, they do run the old ones.
Buzzer shows the ones from the 50s only, but if you go onto YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel as well as the What's My Line channel that's run by a guy who I know, and he runs that, and he shows all the episodes. I highly suggest 1958 to about 1967. They're very good.
Once the show
Scott.
got its wheels rolling a little bit.
What's that?
Once the show kind of got its wheels rolling and figured out what it
Yeah.
was to do. And
Scott,
just-
I have a question for you. How does Dana's hosting compare to John Charles Daly's?
You know what? He's worth every penny he's earning on this.
I love it.
Yay!
Love it.
That's what you.
On that, I think that's time for you to go. No. Scott, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Thanks for taking the time out.
Yeah, we had
And
fun.
congratulations on winning What's My Line.
Yay!
Thanks, Scott. Woo!
Thanks, Scott.
Well, panel, you guys could have done a lot better. Did a lot better. Let's try and keep it going. I believe our second contestant is in
Is.
our waiting room. So without further ado, let's just get him in here.
Let's do
Get
it.
him in.
Let's have the second contestant. Please
Come on
enter
in.
and sign in, please.
Merv, Millie, Milton, Mitch, Mitchie,
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Mitchell. Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Okay, everybody, so we have Mitchell, our second contestant tonight. Let's pause for a second and let the audience know what Mitchell does for a living. With that being said, Mitchell comes from Temperance, Michigan. He is salaried, and he deals in a service. That's what I'm giving you, okay? And without further ado, let's start that questioning with Blair Naylor.
What's up, Mitchell?
Sup?
Can't help but notice after I've done a lot of research on desk chairs recently, since I live in my apartment now, that you are like in a gaming chair.
Wow.
Is that
You
what
would be
that is?
correct. Yep.
Nice.
Does your job have anything to do with gaming?
No.
Not a thing. One down, 9 to go.
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
I mean, listen, gaming is very lucrative.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
It is not what Mitchell does, however.
And you are from the Midwest, right, Mitchell?
He's from Temperance. By the way, Mitchell, your last name is Lestrange or Lestrange?
Lestrange. It's just strange with a L-E in front.
Good Lord. And when those Harry Potter books came out, wow, were you sorry, huh?
I grew up with him. I'm totally fine being related to the ant.
All
The
right.
crazy.
Well, you're related to Sirius Black, so there's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Uncle.
Nerd alert.
Wait, Aunt Polly was a Lestrange?
Well, Bellatrix Lestrange was Sirius's mother's sister.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't read any of those
Blair,
books.
you need to get it together. Harry Potter is the.
Oh no, I am a Harry Potter fanatic. I did not
Okay.
know that Dana was gonna do a family tree on the series.
Dana went right in, yeah.
Do you not watch part 5 when it's all revealed? Duh.
I
Okay.
watched all of them. I don't remember a single thing from any of them.
Okay,
but I loved all of them.
hello, can we get back to me, please?
Yeah, Liz was
Yeah.
working.
Get back.
Me?
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
1 down, 9 to go. Go, Liz.
Hi, Mitchell.
Hi.
Okay, so you are dealing with service in the Midwest. Does your service do you work outside at all?
I would say no.
No.
That is if done, it is a very, very small.
Right.
But
I think like if he went
Not
out,
important.
you know, obviously he could go outside for a different reason or other. But for the main part, you
For
would say,
smoke
work
break, yeah.
inside a building.
Okay.
2 down, 8 to go. Gayla Rowe.
Hello, Mitchell.
oh,
Michigan is still on Eastern Standard Time. It's quite bright there right now. What time does the sun go down? 9 p.m.?
just about.
Love that,
Not
Mitchell.
early enough.
Mitchell, do you work in the financial field?
I do not.
No. 3 down, 7 to go.
Mitchell. So if you had to go anywhere, do you work in a traditional office? Before, you know, let's pretend COVID isn't happening. Do you work in a traditional office?
Yes.
You got to define traditional office.
Yeah.
I'm talking, you go to work every day, you sit at your desk and you attend meetings, you have coworkers, but you have an office.
Yes.
to go to.
And
Yes.
continue. Yep. 3 down, 7 to go still.
Okay.
Keep going.
Is this service a business to consumer service?
No.
So the one
Ah.
time I asked
The one time you ask it. Damn.
Ugh.
No, well, wait a minute.
I would
Business to
say
consumer?
it is not a direct consumer relationship. It's more of
Right,
a.
but I think in the terms of this show, Blair is going to ask, is it business to business or business to consumer? It can only be one or the other, according to you, correct, Blair? In that case, I'm going to give you a qualified yes, but I am going to qualify it by saying it is not necessarily what he does to a consumer in the sense of a person that purchases what he services or what his service is. So I want you to be very careful, but I'll give that to you in the sense that it would not be defined as business to business. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I feel like I'm being attacked.
What did you say?
Qualified.
It feels like she's being attacked.
You just attacked her.
So was that a yes?
It is. It's a yes in the sense that
Qualified
yes, it's a yes.
Qualified, yes. You still have 4 down.
Qualified.
It's a service. It's a service. Do you wear not a suit, but like business casual?
Yes.
Okay. Does your job primarily happen at a computer? Like, is the service, let me ask this, is the service some, through a platform, some kind of software platform at all?
The service can be administered through a platform, but that's not the primary purpose.
Yeah. Dan, what do you think? I got to say no.
I mean, I think that's a no in the traditional way we look at what he does.
Right, in a traditional sense of what he does for a living, you would not say that. So 5 down, 5 to go. Liz Jackson.
Okay. So this service is technically not like direct to consumer, right? But it's not B2B. And you do go to an office.
Yeah,
So
but
not
I don't want to
that.
get you confused with this. I really want to be clear about this because it can get you off to a different thing.
Okay.
Mitchell has a service that he gives to the public.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Which would be, for lack of a better word, the word consumer. Okay?
Okay.
But to say it is a consumer is not correct. It's just his business to the public is better defined. Do you agree,
Okay.
Mitchell?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this business that you give to the public, could you give it to both men and women?
Yes.
Okay. Could you also give
Definitely.
this? Oh, definitely. Okay.
Dan just climbed in.
Right. Um, and this service that could you also provide this service to children?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This service that you provide, is it considered a public job or a public service? Meaning, either, not saying this is you, but either political because it's a public service, or a police officer is a public service. Is this considered a public service? Not necessarily calling it
You know,
a,
it's
a,
public
a
service.
government job, right?
Yes.
It
Yep.
is. Okay.
Public service.
Okay. Public service. Okay. Does this public service have anything to do with public safety at all?
No.
Okay.
6 down, 4 to go. Liz, I mean,
I mean,
Taylor.
I'll go again because Gay keep throwing it
No, no,
away.
I got a good one. Does this public service have to do anything with schools?
Yes.
Ah, are you a teacher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ms. Jackson with
All
this,
right.
so that's all I have to say.
Taylor Rowe with the
Mitchell Lestrange.
Mitchell,
What kind of teacher are you?
yeah,
High school
Mitchell
math.
High school?
Oh, that's great.
Wait, which math?
Algebra 2 and geometry.
Okay.
Whoa.
I loved algebra. Could not do geometry. Kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
With
sorry.
you, Liz.
Now,
With
Because
you,
also
Liz.
the Palladium theorems, and I have to explain why a triangle is a triangle because it's got 3 sides. That's why. No, you have to go. Because this angle. I couldn't do it. So, many props to you, sir. Because
we thought that we would stump you
Mitchell.
because Mitchell looks pretty young, and I didn't think
He
that you
does.
guys would.
So I was sitting here and I had like a bro tank on and like a bucket hat. And I thought, you know what? Let's not give them a bad taste in their mouth right away.
That would be amazing. I'd love that. So, Mitchell, where is Temperance, Michigan? Where is that about?
Basically right on the line between Ohio and Michigan. Closer to Lake
Ah.
Erie.
Gotcha.
I was thinking upper peninsula, is that what the upper part of Michigan is called? I was
Yeah,
thinking
so
of that.
like,
Okay.
yeah, up in the top.
So you're at the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not in the
Right,
upper.
he's from the other side.
right?
Yeah.
You're not
No, you're low. Ohio.
Yes.
right. And so tell me, how about you know that we do a political podcast on Mondays, and so I just kind of wanted to ask you real quick, like how is Michigan feeling? I know you had a bit of a situation with your governor, who I think is doing kind of a good
Gretchen.
job, and I just wonder, like, is it affecting where you are? I know you're close to Ohio, which has a Republican governor. Is it like?
So I've lived in Ohio my whole life, and DeWine has been doing a fantastic job of staying ahead of the curve. I think Michigan's been pretty much maybe like a week and a half to 2 weeks behind, following in the same footsteps.
Right.
Gretchen Whitmer may have put her foot down a little hard at first, which is why so many people were upset.
Right.
But I'm of the mind that I would rather have everything shut down so we could all be safe, because I've got kids that had coronavirus. I've got kids who lost parents through this. So
Really?
But Temperance is lumped in with Detroit. So Detroit's coronavirus situation is seen as Temperance's as well. So whatever Detroit's hard bargained deal, that's going to be ours too.
Right. And is Temperance a suburb of Detroit, or is it its own city, a town? What is it?
I would say it's its own town. It's pretty much far set. Lots of farmers, of farmers. But again,
It's
we're
rural Michigan.
Yes.
Rural Michigan.
Is it Trump country? Just
Yeah.
that, it is. It sounds like it.
yeah, unfortunately.
But
I
not
have a
completely.
question.
But not completely, right?
No.
I mean,
No,
it's
that's correct. Not completely.
Yeah, it's not completely.
Did you have a hard time with the telelearning? Like, do you think that the kids miss out? Do you think it'll work if you have to go back to it? Like, what was your experience? Because you're a teacher.
So my day-to-day was posting a video of me teaching something, and then I would assign like formative stuff, which basically means that try this and see what you think and then do the homework. It was much less than what they usually do, but I had probably 75% of my students who were okay with it because it was cutting their workload. But then I had 25% who just shut down, crash and burn.
Did everybody have internet access, or did you find that was a problem?
Bedford was unique in the ability to be able to put Wi-Fi in a lot of their like trailer parks, and they were able to set up school buses in the parking lots that had Wi-Fi, so kids could drive next to the school bus and use the Wi-Fi from them.
Wow.
That's fucking crazy. To go to
That is-
school in your car, it's like Jewel. It's like Jewel. Okay.
That's crazy.
Mitchell, while we have you, can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Never do I get to talk to people who are constantly in contact with, kids of that age or like teenagers in a place like Michigan. In general, what is the average 16, 17-year-old high school kid think of Donald Trump in Temperance, Michigan?
You know what's unfortunate is a vast majority of those kids that do support Donald Trump are supporting them because of their parents' information that is passed to them. They're not, there are a select few that do their research, and, I've got two that are in like a business group right now that love him for his business sense. And, I can give them the props for doing their own research. But a lot of them will go to rallies and stuff. There was, Bedford didn't count absences against them for rallies that they went to. And they would come back and they'd, start problems with other students. But then you pester them about it and they're like, well, my mom follows them. My mom likes them. Right. So it's like.
My answer always to that is just name me 3 policies that that's helped you in your life. You personally, and they can never come up with it because here's a spoiler alert: there aren't any. But that's beside the point. Listen, I forgot to.
Can I say real fast though?
Oh, sorry, Liz. Sorry.
Just, since we got into politics just a little bit,
Yeah,
I can remember in high school my American government teacher, what she did for us to kind of like help us figure out where we wanted to be. She wrote down a series of questions on the blackboard, and then it was like, here's the question, like, do you believe in a strong central government? A, yes, B, no. And then at the end of it, she would come around and kind of tally it one-on-one and say, okay, well, this based on what your values align with, this is what you are. And a lot of us, were like, oh my gosh, my parents are Republican and I don't think that way. Or, oh my gosh, my parents are independents and I'm a strong Republican, da-da-da-da. So like, I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying that I still remember after years, my high
7 years.
2 years.
We like Mitchell. Mitchell said 3 years. Look at that. We like Mitchell. Mitchell to come back.
Well, we forgot to give Mitchell. Mitchell, unfortunately, you did not stump the panel. You only did get 6. But we do have a consolation prize.
We have a prize for you.
Yay.
A keep abortion legal sticker.
All right.
That's great.
You win. Yeah.
I'm sure you, Mitchell, I'm sure.
Put it right here.
Yeah. So, text me your address and I'm going to mail this shit to you. I'm serious.
I'm down. I will.
And Mitchell, thanks for playing What's My Line. Really, thank you so much for taking the time out. And keep going with the youth of America.
Yes.
Yes. Love it.
We need you.
Thanks, Mitchell.
Thank you guys so much.
See you, Mitchell.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Well, you guys, you got him. You got him.
Gay
We got one.
Good for you.
I
Gay,
don't know if I've ever
we
been
will
on
never make
anything.
fun of you again.
Yeah, no one. I never get anything. I used to get more, but now.
That was really good because we saw a picture of him and he was like, "This is me with my student," and we were like, "Which one are you?"
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't know which one.
So
I always forget about professions, just like a teacher. That
hey,
good. The more we
Well,
do, the more creative I can get with my questions.
yeah, you guys, I think you overthink What's My Line a little because Dan and I, we go through all these people and we try and pick somewhat easy.
No.
Wait a minute, hold on. I remember handbag designer.
Yes.
Okay,
Never
so
live down.
All right.
We'll never
That
live
was
down
just-
handbag specialist.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
the
you.
beginning.
Or the declutterer. These
Thank
are
you.
tough things.
Or
He's
the
a
home
professional
organizer.
organizer. Okay.
The home organizer. How is
Yeah,
that?
so I think we're okay to overthink a little bit.
That's a niche job.
You people are such fucking babies.
Yes,
Anyway,
we are. Wham, wham.
let's get right to it because I must tell you, this third one, so good.
Is it easy?
So good. Without further ado, let's call in our third contestant. Will you please come in and sign in, please?
Mitchell. Mary. Marjorie.
Marta.
Marlon.
Martinique.
Maria.
Miranda.
Mariah.
Mariah.
All right, so we're back with contestant number 3 tonight, Mariah. Mariah comes from Indiana, and she is what we would call someone very essential. That is all I'm giving you. With that, we're going to start the questioning with Liz Jackson.
How you doing, sister? Okay, so you are an essential employee. Does this
I said what Mariah does is essential.
Well, you didn't give me if she deals
I
with
never said
services.
employee, though. I just want to be clear with you.
Thank you. Does your job deal in services?
Not what I would call
So it's a product then. So it's either a product or a service game.
not it. You know, for our intents, for Mariah, forgive me, but for our game show, it would be considered a service. More, because she does not deal in a product. So what she does is, for all intents and purposes, on this show, a service. Continue, Liz.
Do we want to take
Yes,
the
Liz, continue.
No,
Thank
good
you.
call.
No, he's Southern now, so he's giving it to me. Remember?
He's happy.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. So what you do is essential. Has it been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic?
No.
Nope. You can't really say it has. I mean, I'm sure her life has gotten harder like all of ours, but
All right,
no,
but
it's not been
the
affected.
job. Okay.
Gay LaRoe.
Do you work in a retail store?
No.
Nope. 2 down, 8 to go.
Would have been affected.
Yeah, and why you gotta ask a black woman if she don't work in a retail store? Really?
I was getting to essential, like a grocery worker, something like that.
Claire, you want to speak up?
Essential service. Essential service. Do you deliver anything physically? No.
Nope. 3 down, 7 to go.
So the essential service, can whatever you do be for both men and women?
Technically,
Okay, technically.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, technically,
All right.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
technically, yes.
Okay. Does this essential service that you provide, is it considered a private sector job, meaning it's not a police officer or a fireman or something that has to do with like government taxes, like our taxes are paying for it? It's considered a private sector job.
you're asking if it's considered private?
Yeah, like a private sector job as
Yeah.
opposed to a public. Okay. Okay. This essential service that you provide, are you salaried? Are you a salaried employee?
No.
4 down, 6 to go. Gay LaRoe.
Do you wear a uniform when you perform this service?
No.
Nope. 5 down, 5 to go. Blair Naylor.
I'm trying to go back to how excited Dana was to say
Yeah.
Yeah.
he is essential.
Essential. Yeah.
Essential.
I immediately thought that you gave weed to people. What else?
Or a liquor store owner.
Yeah.
You have a gin distillery.
And if she does, she should come over quickly because I'm at the end.
Don't wear a uniform. You're a service. I'm putting all of this in quotes the way Dana is explaining it. Service, essential,
Not salaried.
not salaried.
salaried.
And you were not negatively impacted by COVID, the service that you provide. Do you provide this service to one individual?
No.
Nope, not one individual. 6 down, 4 to go. Dan, flip the card. Stop texting.
So this service that you provide that is not salaried, is it considered sort of like, do you invoice people for the job that you do?
No.
No, 7 down, 3 to go.
And do you work in a team?
No.
Nope, wouldn't call it a team. 8 down, 2 to go.
Okay, not a team. You're not servicing one particular person. Meaning it could be a group. That would have, okay. Do you do this, are you able to do this job virtually then, now that we're all quarantined to our homes? Are you able to continue your service virtually?
No.
No, she can't do it virtually.
Okay.
9 down, 1 to go. What did you say, Blair?
Do it in person then.
She has to do it in person. Yes.
Okay.
9 down, 1 to go. Liz Jackson. Last
So does your job require you to touch people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Does your job and you do it kind of in a group setting, and okay, does your job require you to have some type of special either degree or certificate?
No.
No, that's
That's not
10
what I
down.
was
No
thinking.
to go. Hold on. Don't reveal what you do, Mariah. Gay, do you have a guess? What?
Chiropractor.
Nope. Blair,
I'm completely stumped. If you're able to.
Mariah, tell the
Wait,
panel.
I don't get a guess.
Liz
You
gets a
can't
guess.
laugh.
No, but I could just guess. I'm still not gonna win.
All right, fine. Guess one. You get one. Guess.
Gynecologist.
No,
No.
Okay.
you said no degree. Would you want a gynecologist? Doesn't have a
You're
degree?
right. You are right. I'm a
All right. Stand by. Mariah, tell us, the panel, what you do.
I'm a housewife.
Yeah!
Yes. That is
Hey.
essential, damn it.
Essential, but more important, she's a stay-at-home mom.
Stay at home
Stay-
mom.
Which is extremely essential.
Very essential.
Extremely
You
essential.
should be salaried,
Mer-
okay?
Yeah.
I thought it
Good
was
for you.
Oh,
I
Dana?
thought it was very funny when you asked if she invoiced, and I was like,
Yeah,
I mean,
she
feel bad.
should.
No, but
You
she wants.
should.
I'm sure she wants to invoice.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mariah won the whole $10.
Yeah.
Yay!
Mariah, you won
And-
$10.
and we have a gift.
And this is my favorite gel firming facial mask. I've been using them like twice a week since quarantine started. So I'm going to send you one of these and the $10.
Yay!
$10 and the mask. It's a different kind of mask to wear, so we hope that you'll like it.
Yeah.
Mariah, thank you so much for taking the time
Thank
to be on What's
you.
My Line. Really appreciate you. And how's
For
things
all-
in Indiana? You okay? Everybody
It
good there?
kinda sucks.
What's that?
It kind of sucks.
Yeah. I know.
Where in Indiana are you?
In the middle of nowhere.
So not
Really?
Indianapolis.
No.
Or Bloomington.
I'm in the
Okay.
middle of nowhere.
All
I
right.
had a cousin that lived in Peru, Indiana.
I'm about like 3 hours from there.
Ah.
So
I-
not close
She's
to
not
Peru.
gonna tell y'all where she lives.
Right.
My grandparents live in Noblesville.
Really?
Indiana.
And
All
guess
right.
what? Noblesville ain't where she lives either. She's not gonna tell y'all.
Yeah.
She
Love
got
it.
babies.
Mariah,
okay?
thank you so much for
Thanks,
taking
Mariah.
time to What's My Line, and congratulations because
Thank
you're a
you.
winner.
You won! Yay, Mariah!
Wow, Mariah. Well, you guys did good.
We got one.
You got one.
Yay.
Yes.
You know,
Oh yeah,
I really thought that last one was a rough one. So
Yeah.
I was really
True.
looking forward to that. I think we stumped them, didn't we, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys?
But
I'm sorry.
this
For
was
the,
a
for the
huge-
question though, the
this is
question
a-
about do you invoice? She should have said no, but I should.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna. I was totally gonna be like.
You're
I
right.
would guarantee you that she wants to invoice.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was thrown because the fact that she wasn't negatively impacted, but she still had to be in the room with the people. I'm like, but wait a minute, if she's in and it's non-essential, I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was stumped.
Totally thrown.
I think you're.
But technically, can I just say though, technically, all of the jobs that we guessed as a mother and a housewife, that's what she is. I mean, that's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
That's why I
She is
thought
all of those
it
things.
was such a great occupation when it popped up. I
Yeah.
was like, that is such a good one because I really wanted to do it to show everybody that that is a job. It
Yes.
is an essential job. It's an important job. And
Yep.
thank God she has the ability to be home with her kids. And she
Yep.
probably raised some good kids. Listen, you guys, we did a really good job tonight.
Woo!
Can I just point one more thing out before we move on from Mariah?
Sure.
I think it's funny because when Dana and I were figuring out what to refer to her as, we were like, you cannot call her a housewife. You
Right.
must refer to her as a stay-at-home mom. It's
Stay-at-home mom.
2020. And the first thing she said when she announced what she did is, I'm a
I'm a
housewife.
housewife.
I
Yeah.
just think it's interesting
We
how
literally have the text going back and forth
listen,
like, remember
listen.
not to call her a housewife.
Well, there could be a divorcee who's getting alimony and is a stay-at-home mom. So
very true.
Right.
Listen,
I'm saying.
It's just interesting the lens through which people see things
Yeah.
through. You know, we
And I
err on the side of being overly cautious about what you refer to people as.
Right.
And let
And I
people
wanted to
call themselves what they want to be called.
I wanted to make a point that housewife is an essential part of our world, and it shouldn't go forgotten. And I'm glad Mariah could join us along with Scott and Mitchell, who were amazing.
Yay!
Listen, I want everybody, if you can, to download our podcast, Fault Positive. You can get that anywhere you get our podcast. Always subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you will find all our What's My Line from
False
day one.
Positive Podcast on YouTube is what you got to look for.
Okay.
Well, it's hard to find sometimes.
Okay, I'm getting to that. Thank you.
Sorry.
False Positive Podcast on YouTube, and you'll find us there. You can always get our back episodes of Faults of What's My Line. To my friends Gay, Liz, and Blair, thank you so much for being on the panel. You guys killed it. We're going to be back next week with another What's My Line. This Monday, we're doing another False Positive. So we hope that you tune in and listen to our podcast. Dan, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Good job, fella.
Good job. You did a good
The
job.
Vanna
Get
White.
those addresses, and we got to Venmo Mariah $10 because
Yep.
she won.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Pressing
Woo.
record this time.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
Just for the record, we did last week too.
We
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We found
Liz
out
in the lip, you know.
Right. And now we know Blair doesn't watch What's My Line on our podcast channel because
Because
you
she
wouldn't-
still thought that wasn't recorded.
Right. That's because I have a full-time job, correct?
All right. Well,
yes, she
thanks
makes it.
Jay, to Liz, Blair, and Dan. I'm Dana Discordia. Thanks everybody for listening and watching What's My Line. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
What's My Line? What's My Line? What's My Line? Brought to you by